Foster, Gillis, Evans, Brown off the bench, along with Knipple facilitating. And tripped up, fouled by George.
That's not what he does best, pick and roll stuff. He's more of a catch and shoot guy.
Knipple and Evans will take a seat. Gillis as well. Flag back on the floor. As you said, you didn't like to go too deep in the bench, but when you had a team that had a key 7th, 8th, 9th,
how would you try to keep those guys engaged if they weren't playing as well?
Well, the 8, 7, 8 you can play. That's a guard, a forward, a center. You can play all night long. And once in a while you can go to the 9th guy. But it's hard to, you need to have a definition of who's playing and who's not.
Proctor, is it harder to find definition in the game than it used to be? Just because of the portal and the worry that you'll play somebody who's going to leave?
Well, that's always a problem. That's nothing new. If a player didn't play, he was going to leave. But it's the guys that are playing are leaving. That's what the problem is today. Right. Starters are leaving, and that's the problem. But sometimes it's good. Roach was a good player. Mitchell was a good player, but I think they got better with the people that they brought in. So, and those guys are good. Those guys are good players. But it just looks like a better chemistry. It looks like a better cohesive team overall. And part of that is Cooper Flag. He kind of pulls everybody. He does a lot of different things, which helps. Malik Brown's an unselfish player. Just wants to set screens and roll. He's not concerned about his points. Sion seems to be that way as well. They just are much more cohesive as a team this year.
Last basket was a Foster 3. Soiree commits a foul, comes out. It's been noted by John Shire and a lot of other folks how mature this team is for its age. In Flag and Malawachip, 2 of the 5 youngest players in D1.
Yeah, well, Cooper Flag's different. You don't even talk about him in comparison to other players. But Malik Brown's a junior, Foster's a junior. Bringing Sion over here, 4 years at Tulane.
Powell trying to clean up his Ole Miss, gets fouled. And it's been a really impressive second ACC game for Duke. And Cooper Flag delivering 18th birthday joy for the Duke masses. John Shire said, I hope he gets me a gift for the birthday. Got quite a few.
Yeah, he's given a few.
My life is full of questions.
Mom, is yellow a light or a dark?
How do I clean an aioli stain? Thankfully, Tide's the answer to almost all of them.
Why do we even buy napkins?
Who's Tide?
In cold water, clean white socks.
You can with Tide.
Do I need to pre-treat guacamole?
No, with Tide. This is chocolate, right? Just use.
Tide? Yeah.
No matter who's doing it, on what cycle, or in what temperature, Tide works.
So I can focus on all the other questions.
Do crabs have eyebrows?
For all of life's laundry questions, it's got to be Tide.
There are different ways to get to the future. Fidelity can help you save for and live in retirement with a free personalized plan. No matter what your future holds, Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
Don't worry, I do this all the time.
Take a holiday from cooking this year with Popeye's Festive Family Box. Loads of biscuits, regular sides, and of course, our crowd-pleasing chicken, all for $20. This year, everyone gets exactly what they want. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Well, put me on the naughty list. This has never happened before. And that, people, is why we have Target Circle 360.
It's here! Don't miss anything on your list with unlimited same-day delivery.
fearless and human. Sauvage, eau forte, the new parfum, Dior.
Knipple in his second ACC game, 16 points, 4 assists, and a three-point shot finally starting to come.
Yeah, when a guy like him starts making shots, it just changes their whole outlook. They pass, he's got 4 assists,
Made a couple good defensive plays. He even dunked one barely, but he got it. He got there. He's going to be a good player for this team. He needed this kind of shooting night, and he got it. No question about it. He's going to be a difference maker.
When you have somebody who is that good of a shooter and they're not hitting shots, do you always tell them to just keep shooting?
Just keep shooting. You shoot. You do some shooting drills with them in practice, and you say, okay, see, it's the same basket we're going to play in. You know, it's the same basket. We'll get you that shot, and you'll make them. And the good shooters do. They'll make them eventually. It's still worth, 10 games in? How many games are in this season? 11 games, so there's 20-some games to go. More.
Freshman with 43 out of 69 for Duke. Knipple gets tripped up by Mustaf. By the way, the last free throws for Powell, those were the first points either Powell or Dongo scored in the second half. They had 23 combined in the first.
Well, they were the difference in the first half, and they just can't get anything going. Dongo is going up against a monster there, so that's not easy. But he did it in the first half. He made a couple shots over him. He made a corner 3. But I'm not sure why they're playing Nipple out there at the point. He's really more of a shooter.
Flag and Knipple on the perimeter right now. Roll it into Cooper. Flag. Blocked by Dongo.
Good play. Good defensive play.
Mustaf barreling his way in illegally.
Put your head down and go. You can't do that. He's a freshman too.
One more stop, boys.
Dashing days of friendship, Santa.
At Meijer, we're always working harder to help make the holidays a good deal better.
How thoughtful. But where's the milk?
Taffin got back in it, but there's too many weapons.
Here we go. Travel against George will turn it over. 8th of the game by Georgia Tech.
It's a great game for Duke. You get on the road and you're playing in front of a tough crowd, and you just keep them quiet. You play good, and you get everybody in the game. Everybody gets an opportunity.
Balance has been a staple of Josh Shire's teams, more so than ever here in his 3rd year. By the way, it's his 400th game on staff today, John Shire. And Duke with him on staff, obviously under Mike Krzyzewski for most of those years. 308 and 91. They're going to be 309, it looks like. And Kaman Malowacz has been a big, big factor.
He's just a good player. He's got good instincts for the game. He's got good hands, and he's got good feet. He moves. And you know what? He's big. Sometimes they list guys at 7'2" and they're 7 foot. He's 7'2", I think. I don't think they're cheating on his size.
He has a standing reach of 9'8", which doesn't sound like it should be physically possible.
Well, I remember playing against Patrick and Matumbo and Mount Morning. They had the same thing. It wasn't fun.
Drive by Proctor, Malowacz, and a foul maybe before he went up. How many 7'2" guys did you coach? Legit 7'2".
That's probably none. Most guys are 6'11". Even the 7-footers are 6'11". But some guys, they're 6'11", play 7'2".
Yeah.
You know, they're longer and quicker. You know, you don't get too many 7'2" guys.
Started playing at age 13, Malawach. Joined the NBA Academy Africa in 2021. Actually played in the Olympics this summer with South Sudan.
Well, the future is coming from Africa. 20 years from now, the majority of big guys in the NBA will probably be from Africa. They're just scratching the surface over there right now. There's an open shot. They don't get many of those.
Davian McCollum hits it.
He was so surprised he was open that he almost didn't shoot it. Duke just doesn't give you much. They just don't give him many shots.
Georgia Tech, 39% from the field. They actually shot it better than that from 3, 6 for 14. Flag slips. Somehow kept his dribble alive.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he did that. Shoot it.
End of the shot clock. Knipple fighting hard. He'll be called for a foul. That's the 7th on Duke.
Flag has gone down a couple times. He gets a little bit sideways and kind of gets off balance. It's stuff he'll get better at. I mean, sometimes we think that these guys are there. He's a long ways from there. He's really talented. He's really good, but he's going to get a lot better. He works hard. He understands the game. And he's got all the skills, ball handling, passing skills you need, and he's got a good shooting stroke. It's going to be fun to see a guy like him as he develops. Very few guys now in college can go right to the NBA and make a big impact. It's hard to do. Those guys, people don't sometimes realize how good those guys are. Cooper Flag's a guy that might have a chance to go in there and do something right away. And sometimes people forget, like Kobe Bryant took a year or so. You know, most guys take a year or two to get going. Very few exceptions. LeBron, might be the exception. A couple guys. This kid, he just does so many things. Even if he doesn't shoot well, he can help a team. And he defends.
Chris Carrawell, Duke's associate head coach, said he could score 6 points and be the best player on the floor.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Nice drive by Knipple. Give him 18.
Yeah. Flag, scoring is a bonus for him. He does so many things to help your team. Switches on everything. He can help on everything. He can block a shot. Really good passer.
I know comparison can be the thief of joy, but are there players he reminds you of that versatility?
I mean, he does so many things. Not that he's better than a lot of guys. He just does more things in college. Michael Jordan's a great player. Kevin Durant. They didn't block shots. They didn't do some of the ball handling things. They were primarily scorers in college. This guy is a passer, rebounder, comes across, blocks shots. He just does a lot of stuff that we don't see. We just don't see it.
Evans 3. So people, what they'll take out of this game, the aggregators will say, Jim Boeheim says Cooper Flag better than Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant in college.
Not really. He does more things, is what we said.
Oh, don't worry. Somebody will figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Under 4 timeout. It's been a terrific day for Duke. Looking to get to 2-0 in the ACC.
Running.
Hosting a holiday feast? Let Popeyes cook something everyone will love. Serving it as a home-cooked meal can be our little secret. This year, take a holiday from cooking with Popeyes Festive Family Box.
We're in the business of competition. We're trying to beat our competitors on the track, but to do that, you need to be able to beat them off the track. Workday is a critical partner of ours to help us run the most efficient business possible.
Don't miss the last-minute deals at Target. Save up to 50% off toys, up to 40% off small appliances, and up to 50% off video games. Hurry before last-minute deals are over. Happier holidays from Target.
Don't
Don't you want to know what this is all about?
You're damn right I do. You're messing with powers beyond your control.
I'm always in control. In the wilderness, fearless and human. Sauvage, eau forte, le new parfum, Dior.
Money is tight, so we must make sacrifices. I give up my bespoke shaving subscription.
And I'll stop ordering everything that's trending on Instagram.
And I will no longer agree to the add-ons at the oil change place just because the mechanic called me ma'am.
It really is a top-of-the-line filter, ma'am.
And of course, we'll downgrade our insurance to get a lower rate.
Well, you know you don't have to make sacrifices now that you're saving money with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle.
You couldn't have said that like 6 seconds ago.
In the Christmas spirit here at McCamish Pavilion, 4 days away from Christmas. Snowman has a great handle. All kinds of festive hats. Jim Boeheim had the naughty hat on earlier. Would you have ever done what Tom Izzo and Greg Campy did a few nights ago, where they both wore ugly Grinch sweaters during a game?
Yeah, I might wear an ugly sweater. Yeah, that I probably have. I used to wear ugly sport coats, so I probably could wear an ugly. So my wife changed my clothing habits, but yeah, that's. I wanted to wear the Otto one game with Duke and have Coach K wear the Duke Blue Devil, but I don't think he would. I never really asked him, but I don't think he would.
You want it to be Otto. Dressed as Otto during the game?
No, before the game.
Before the game, and you wanted Mike to come out as the Blue Devil.
The Blue Devil. I never asked him. I don't think he probably would. I'm guessing. I'm guessing he would.
Maybe he's sitting at home going, I can't believe I just found out about this now. I totally would have done that.
I'd be very upset if he is, because I really wanted to do that.
You should have pushed it harder.
I know. We're friends for a reason. I don't ask him to do things.
Have you worn the Otto costume ever? Not just before.
Yes, I did.
You wore Otto?
I did once. I forgot. It was a while ago, but I did. I am not ashamed of it. I wore it.
And you don't know what the occasion was?
No, I don't remember. It was a picture thing or a surprise thing, something. I love Otto. Nobody can talk bad about Otto. I love Otto.
No.
I love Otto.
Greatest orange circular mascot
ever.
All the sports.
And a fruit.
And of course, one of the great fruit mascots. Along with the banana slug of UC Santa Cruz. Half fruit.
Yeah, that's
Georgia Tech's going to run out of time here.
It's tough.
Hey, I'm curious. I know you didn't ask John Shire to wear the Blue Devil, but did you see John Shire as a player? Did you try to recruit him?
No, Chicago, we didn't recruit that much. I tried to recruit Mark McGuire, and after that, I said, we're not getting a guy from out of here. So that was it for Chicago. That was it for Chicago. And he made a half-court shot against us, too, and had 30 on us. So, yeah, John was a really good player, good shooter, smart player.
Malik Brown for three.
Come on, hit it. It's not his strength, but he can make that shot.
He's now 1 for 6 on the year. Hit the one against Kansas. Duke has emptied the bench a little bit here. Patrick Gungba's on the floor. Darren Harris, who, by the way, are both 5-star freshmen who are basically relegated to garbage time as deep as this team is.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's not going to even get an easy shot now. That's the problem.
Yeah. Georgia Tech shooting at 37.7%. Number 1 field goal defense in the ACC, number 3 in the country, Duke. David Stoudemire, better days ahead for Georgia Tech. But his team still not whole. They're without Luke O'Brien. They're without Kwesi Reeves today. Going on with Cheku, freshman, is out for personal reasons.
Yeah, he's got to get everybody back, and you can't go by these games when you play a team like Duke. You just can't. You have to just forget this game, get ready for the next game. It's not going to be like this.
David Stoudemire, who was obviously a phenomenal college player at Arizona, long NBA career, and is in his second year as a Georgia Tech head coach. Did you ever coach against David Stoudemire?
Yeah, we played Arizona. Yeah, I think we did. I think I did coach against him. I think we beat him. I don't know how, but I think we did.
Not many did during his time there. Mustaf feeds Dongo. Second half, his first basket by Dongo.
We beat Arizona home, and then the next year we beat him in Arizona. I think he was there for one of those years, but they were good. It was one of our better ever road victories.
He ended his career second all-time leading scorer at Arizona by the time he left school. Brown, thinking about another one.
He was a really good player. I think he's a very good coach, too. I mean, this, he gets his players to play hard. He understands what they're doing. I've watched him coach in practice. He's going to be a very good basketball coach. And it's John Schuyler. When you get to this level of coaching, you've probably got a good idea of what you're doing. It's not like there's a lot of bad coaches out there. There's a lot of good coaches out there.
Free throw good for Evans. Cameron Sheffield has come in for Duke. Stoudemire was at Pacific for 5 years, which is not a job where you typically win a lot. In his last full year there went 23-10.
Yeah, he did a good job there.
Went to the Celtics as an assistant for a couple of years after that. Year 2 at Georgia Tech. They have another great freshman class coming in. They have some really high-level recruits the next couple of years, hoping they can build something. Been a good little run for Georgia Tech athletics. The football team had a nice year, beat Miami. Going to the Birmingham Bowl. Women's team is 12-0. They play at 5:30 today against Nebraska. Hoping the men's team can move up after ACC game number 2, but this one's going to belong to Duke, as most of them will in the conference for them.
It's going to be very hard to beat this Duke team. I mean, the league is down, as we've talked about, but
a three for Isaiah Evans.
Most programs in the country would give anything to have a guy like that, and he might not play much, if at all, here. That's the challenge when you go to Duke. If you're not one of the, you can be really good and not play a lot. It's just the way it works.
Still active defensively. Evans getting the tip. Inside, Gumba messes with that shot. Duke can dribble it out. A 56% shooting number for Duke today. Their second ACC game, a blowout. A building where they lost last year, and they were never close to it today.
Most of the people standing are Duke people, by the way.
It was a very blue crowd, and Todd Knipple really steals the show as Duke wins 82-56. 18 for Knipple. Cooper Flagg hit 13-4, and a couple of assists on his 18th birthday. I know your first time seeing Duke in person. Very impressive.
Very impressive. Much more impressed than I was with last year's team, and they're just way better. Cooper Flagg is a whole different guy, and the big guy, who I keep calling the big guy because I can't pronounce his name, is really.
You're going to get Kaman Malawach by the end of the year.
I can get Kaman. I don't know about the Malawach.
Come on.
But yeah, but they got experience. They've just got a lot of good players.
He had 15 on 5 for 5 shooting and 5 for 6 free throw shooting today, Malawach. Duke now has 9 days off.
Going to be your guy. I know you guys are so high on Cam Jones, the steal, the score.
He does everything. I mean, he's dangerous. He's also different, right? He's got a different wiggle. He's tough to figure out in terms of his tendencies.
They were up 15, but tell you what, 1-point game here. How about Hunter?
Yeah, Hunter's staying with the play right there. It's a great job of getting on the glass. That's basically their post player right now with a bunch of perimeter guys around him. But Marquette's a team that can close people out because they do a terrific guard play, and they're an older, experienced team.
All right, we'll keep you up to date on both of those great Big East games. Mississippi State and Memphis. We're going to talk about the Dogs here in a second. I know you guys are really bullish on what they've done, taking it to them on Beale Street.
This Mississippi State team is a second weekend team. Totally changed their style of play. Tolu Smith, they used to play with him through the post. Now they play basically 4 perimeter guys. Josh Hooper's one of the best guards in the country. They are a hard team to play against, John.
Well, it's almost as if the team previously had a physical edge. They always have played with an edge under Chris Jans, but now they have a dynamic edge. And they're fun to watch. They're tough to figure out. And the fact that they're able to match up with this Memphis team to the point where Memphis has not really been able to create any sort of rhythm, any sort of movement. Now, I do think Memphis has a run in them. I mean, Memphis is a dangerous team. They always do. They're going to find something. Can Mississippi State withstand?
They're up 15. Chris Jans has won everywhere he's been. 4:30 Eastern today. Purdue, Auburn, Janai Bloom with the shoulder injury. Coach is going to play, and that has just ticked this thing up to a 10.
Yeah, this is a big-time game. John Broome is just a difference maker. Talking to Bruce Pearl yesterday, he practiced full go. He's healthy. He's cleared by the medical staff. It was up to him whether he wanted to play or not. He does want to play. And when you prepare for Auburn, their size, their length, their athleticism, your experience, 8 seniors, but your scouting report starts with Janai Bloom because he makes it easier for everyone else.
Yeah, and I think it's hard. Like, there's the preparation for Auburn when you go over everything, you watch it on tape, but it's hard to simulate what you feel when you play them. Like, their movement, their activity, their aggression, and that's on both sides of the ball. But there's also a lot of things they do that aren't consistent with what you watch. They play with good feel. I mean, a Chad Baker-Mazara, when the floor is open, he looks like a star. Now, you collapse the floor a little bit, and the decision-making becomes a challenge. But when Janai Bloom is wide, and there's a lot of room on the floor, they're as good as anybody in the country.
They are tall, long, athletic, skilled. They're the best team in the country right now.
No doubt about it. And keep in mind, when Bloom went out, Chaney Johnson came in. He had a career-high 26 against Georgia State. So he has really picked up his game. And now Bloom returns, again, 4:30 Eastern today on ESPN. That'll be after Clemson and Wake, which is on the way now. And we'll see you at that.
You're watching ESPN's Holiday Hoops, presented by Kay Jewelers. The holiday season upon us, as is the college football playoffs. With the Clemson Tigers away from home for a late afternoon showdown with Texas, Little John Coliseum shines the light on an early season key ACC clash. It's Clemson and Wake Forest. And yes, in spite of the fact that the kids are off campus, the fans have turned out. The ACC on ESPN inside Little John, where Wake Forest and Clemson come in with identical records, although feeling a little different about where they are right now. As we welcome you inside, happy holidays to everybody out there alongside my partner Jimmy Dykes. I'm Carl Ravitch. Happy holidays, partner, to you. So, you asked Joe Lunardi, he said Wake needs a big win in a big way. He says Clemson is pretty comfortable with regards to the down-the-road tournament. Huge game for both.
No doubt. He says that, Ravi, because the ACC, they have struggled overall as a conference. Only 4 teams right now being projected in the NCAA tournament. If you're Clemson, you're one of those 4. Right. You don't want to lose on your home floor. Now question marks start coming at you. Major opportunity for Wake Forest. They don't have a lot of quad 1 opportunities left on their schedule. This is one of them this afternoon.
All right, let's talk about Hunter Salas. These two teams are driven by their backcourt and individual stars.
Yeah, Hunter Salas can really score. He's a bucket getter, right at 17, 18 points a game. 6'4", 185, but still gets himself to the free throw line. He can really just get downhill and scores off of his defense. He needs scoring help. Wake has struggled offensively all season long. I tell you who has not struggled, it's Ian Shefflin, the number 2 rebounder in Olive College basketball. We were here a couple of weeks ago when he knocked Kentucky around with 20 rebounds, a career record for this kid. His motor runs hot at all times. If you don't match his competitive fire, 4 in white will dominate you.
Yeah, he'll burn you. He'll cook you.
Yeah.
That's what a chef does. We're set with a couple of tall guys in the middle, a 7-footer, and 6'11". Lock-in for Clemson, Efton Reed. Former LSU star, smoothed a few places. He anchors the middle for Wake Forest. They are in the road black and the white. The home team, Clemson Tigers, locking off a poor shooting performance. They'll try to get him established early, and they do by getting it down low to him. In and out.
First shot from Clemson, though, comes from their high-low action. Not surprised at all. A big concern when you play this team in white.
Salas and Crosby in the backcourt. That's Cameron Hildreth. He also can shoot from the outside. It's not a great shooting team. They're averaging just 68 points a game. This is the guy Jimmy talked about, Salas. Tough shot.
He can go get his own. One of the better one-on-one offensive players in the ACC.
There is the lineup for Clemson. Hunter Zachary playing with a bruised up hand. It's not his shooting hand. Shefflin, Wiggins, and Lockett. Zachary on the cut, good hand. Salas, he's the first one to the floor, and that's why Wake Forest got the ball. Good hustle, Hunter Salas.
Yeah, some guys go to the floor because they play hard. Other guys go to the floor because they're competitive dudes. Really well done by Hunter Salas.
Back-to-back overtime losses for Clemson. Salas looking to drive again. Another difficult shot off the window. Hunter Salas 4, Clemson nothing.
Such a tough cover. Is he not very gifted offensively? 23 in black. He's all of 6'4". I already said 185, but it's still good job of playing through contact for a small kid.
Shefflin deep throws it up. He can't get it to go. Very good defense by Efton Reed at 7 feet.
We know this about Shefflin. He struggles to score over height. Stay between him and the basket. You've done a good job.
Hildreth, he tried to push off and he lost the ball. Chauncey Wiggins steps into a 3. No.
Wiggins only 7 points against Memphis, no points against South Carolina. And when he's on offensively, Clemson is at their best, and he has struggled the last 2 games.
Well, Reed has it. He quickly gets double teamed. Now he has a height advantage against Shefflin. Spillers wide open, no good, and they will keep it there. It's going to be the foul on Chase Hunter as he was clearing out space against Devin Crosby.
Well, you know this about Clemson. You're going to be in a physical battle on both ends of the floor. Clemson plays a physical style of ball offensively, defensively, and when the ball's on the glass.
Salas has 4. He's coming off a game against James Madison in which he had 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. 27, 12, and 5.
Talk about giving someone the business, right?
In the paint, fade away, and a little short with Zachary defending. And there's a foul underneath, and Reed may have jammed a finger, too.
Hunter Salas is being checked by one of the better defenders in the ACC in Jaden Zachary. Ian Shefflin is a dominant rebounder and a below-the-rim rebounder. Took a shot to the head on that one.
Did he get poked in the eye, and did the poke in the eye, if that's what it was, end up hurting the fingers of Efton Reed? Take a look right there. Reed grabs his hand, and Shefflin goes down and is still down. His left eye down on the floor is Ian Shefflin. He's a 6'8" senior out of Atlanta. He is, as we said, the Valentine, the heartbeat of this team.
Shefflin right there just takes a shot. They went and looked at just a common foul, and you always look at it when there's contact above that neck area. And think about this from Ian Shefflin, Ravi. He's had at least 13 rebounds. 6 out of the last 7, and it's a dominant force. Only Jamichael Stillwell from Milwaukee is averaging more rebounds per game. That's by like 0.1.
Yeah, 12.1 to 12-0. Way to get that note in early, Jimmy. Good job.
And now I'm done for the day with the good notes.
Check that box. Second leading rebounder in the country. And as Shefflin gets his left eye looked at, you think about Clemson and their football game coming up with Texas later today. They were sort of joking about maybe Shefflin can be a tight end on the Clemson football team. He was a great quarterback and a very good baseball player, but he fell in love with basketball in part because, well, it was an indoor activity instead of an outdoor activity.
He doesn't like the outdoors. Little odd.
Little cold, little odd. Looking for their first points. They send it to Wiggins. His corner 3, no good. Lockett had it, then he lost it.
Clemson was so good against Kentucky, getting back, building the wall, stopping the ball. Part of their core under Brad Brownell is sitting a stance and guard. One of the better defensive coaches in the game.
Abbas is now the guy in with Reed being tended to with that finger issue. He's still on the end of the Wake Forest bench. Being tended to by the trainer as he's flexing that hand of his. Clemson 0 for 4 to start. The guy handling the ball right now, a very tenacious, tough player. But boy, the assignment on defense is going to be a challenging one as Zachary guards Salas.
Without shuffling in the game, that high-low action for Clemson is kind of taken away, and they go more to 4 around 1. And Zachary does a good job of finding the gap in that 4-round offense and playing off of 2 feet.
He had a terrific game against Kentucky. We talked about Shefflin. Zachary was outstanding. The Boston College transfer gets Clemson on the board.
Ravi, you mentioned it. Wake Forest comes in shooting just over 40% as a team, 26% from the three-point line. Their offensive struggles are real.
And you can see it. Salas has made a couple of shots, and neither of them were easy. They haven't really had an easy shot yet. Zachary, soft touch, no good in traffic. The rebound, Salas, a terrific rebounder for a guy who stands 6'5".
You look at the opportunities in this league for quality wins, and Wake has one of them right now. Duke, Pittsburgh, North Carolina. It's a short list, and you got to take advantage of them. Steve Forbes knows it.
That's about their 5th fadeaway shot that they have attempted today.
That's because Clemson's doing a good job, Ravi. Just a simple part of the game. Stay in front of the ball defensively.
Salas looks at the official. Hands up, confused, curious. I got bumped, you called it travel?
Here's what I like about Hunter Salas. He's the first 5-star recruit ever out of the state of Nebraska. Think about that, ever. It's a long time.
An even better note. You're killing it.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions. GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Emergency Shield is like having an attorney in your pocket.
You got 3 days!
That's an emergency. Call us immediately. Well, all right.
Sir, I'll need to search your phone.
Typically needs a warrant.
Ah! Too nervous to be a witness.
Rest assured, we know your rights. We've got you. Go live your life.
Get access to an emergency legal hotline 24/7. Right now, it's only $1 for your first month. Don't miss these limited time holiday savings. Get Emergency Shield now for just $1.
Happy Monday.
Where will you go in the new V6-powered Nissan Frontier?
This holiday, Verizon will turn your old or broken phone into a gift. Anyone can trade in any phone in any condition and get Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on us with Circle to Search. Even if your phone is old or dated, you can turn it in at Verizon for gifts for you and the family. It's your last chance to get Galaxy S24 Plus watch and tab, all 3 on us. That's up to $1,900 in value. Survive the holidays with Samsung, powered by Verizon.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu, we're in a parade! Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Kay, the official partner of couples who love the game. And Disney's Mufasa, the Lion King, in theaters everywhere now. And if any lion needed to have an encore movie, it was Mufasa. Learn all about him. It is a holiday season which oftentimes makes for difficult environments to play in, especially in the unique circumstances around Clemson. that the football team is even playing today, but certainly they're playing, and 2 hours, 4 o'clock Eastern time. So roughly almost the same time this game ends. It's quiet in here. What are the challenges for the teams in that environment?
Yeah, you've got to find your own energy. I'm actually surprised. There's probably, 6, maybe 7,000 people in here. They're going to have a watch party, I believe, on the scoreboard in here.
Yeah.
So if you're a Clemson fan, want to watch it with other Clemson fans, this is the place to be, right?
Yeah, not a bad idea. That was Foster who's in, Miles Foster. And it's 4-4. Neither team has shot well, and perhaps that speaks to some of the energy. Nice drive there. That counts. Parker Fredrickson out of Oklahoma. The sophomore at 6'4".
Good job by Fredrickson, known as a three-point specialist. Gets to the drive box of that Clemson defense, which isn't easy to get into.
Too strong, and a rebound offensively by Locken. Good pass, right? Good pass, exactly, and he missed one off the window. Neither team shooting well. Dylan Hunter, 2 in white into the game.
I mean, we've mentioned it, but Jaden Zachary, 11 in white on Hunter Salas, one of the better matchups in terms of guard play in this league.
Well, they left him wide open, Jimmy. Not sure if that was by design, but Fredrickson missed an easy one, and here's a simple one with a foul from behind by Abbas. A chance for a three-point play for Lockett.
I can tell you it was by design on the other end, because Fredrickson, a 20% three-point shooter on the year, and that missed three-point shot, and Lockton does a good job, Ravi, of getting out in front of the defense. Appreciate a 6'11 guy to sprint rim to rim and the soft set of paws to haul it in on the move.
Now, good news for Wake Forest, and you'll see the right hand of Efton Reed taped up on that thumb. He's back into the game and now assumes the position there underneath the basket on the free throw from Locken. 75% free throw shooter gets it to go, and the first lead of the day for Clemson. Ian Shefflin back in. So Reed got a thumb in the eye of Shefflin. Both sat out, now both back in at the same time in a 7-6 game.
Simple ain't easy, and that's how I describe Ian Shefflin's game. Just the simple parts of the game, the box out, the talking, pursuing balls with two hands. Sounds easy, but it's not. And he excels talking about 4 and white in those areas.
Shefflin now on Fredrickson. He'll switch off to Hildreth. Down low, Spillers active, throws it up. That's too strong, and there's Shefflin ripping a rebound.
Good job of forcing Spillers out about a step and a half higher than he wants it.
Zachary saw a window. He had to throw up a running hook shot. Doesn't go. And Salas lost it as it gets a little sloppy on back-to-back trips. There's going to be a foul. Looks like Fredrickson got Shefflin, who was looking in the corner, to set up a three-point shot, but he never got it there.
Ravi, I think it's very important for Clemson to score within the first 8 seconds of the shot clock all season long. The reason why I say that, they lack guys in a late clock situation that can just break you down and go get your own.
Right.
They can't get caught in those sequences for 40 minutes.
Jake Heitreeder wears 3. He's in for Clemson. Back in the game, Chase Hunter, who's still looking for his first points of the afternoon. Kick, Shefflin, too strong. And it goes out of bounds. That'll be Clemson ball off of Wake Forest. Talked about Salas and his performance against James Madison. Chase Hunter put on a show of his own. He had 11 points in 90 seconds at the end of the game, in which they eventually lost in overtime, but he can absolutely fill it up and do it in a hurry.
And my third good note of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Just 8 minutes in.
Yeah.
His mom is only 5'7". His dad's only 5'9". Taught him how to work. One's an insurance salesman, one's a teacher.
Wow, if you're Santa Claus, you've already emptied your bag. The gifts are out.
I love how he plays, and Steve Forbes, appreciates him as well. He was very concerned, Forbes he was before the game, just talking about the effort and the motor and the toughness that you're up against when you play Ian Shefflin.
Hunter will go to the free throw line. Reed picks up his second foul. Big score early. 2 fouls, Efton Reed, 12:49 to go. Hey, 4:30 Eastern time right here on ESPN. Our men's basketball matinee triple header. It should be the match